In this video, I'm going to explain how to sort data. Sorting means rearranging data. Rearranging often provides valuable insights. Sorting has both the order and the direction. One can sort data either in ascending order or in descending order. And one can do vertical sorting or horizontal sorting. Let me begin with vertical sorting. It is also called column sorting. For that, let me consider customer order data. You can see that the data has all kinds of values such as number, dates, text, and values with different cell color, font color, and icons. Dataset can be sorted on any one of the columns or on two or more columns. Sorting by one column is called single column sorting, and sorting by more than one column is called multi-level sorting. I'm going to perform single column sorting on order amount. Now, I'm going to show you how to sort. In the Home tab, under Editing Group, you can see Sort and Filter commands. The first two icons, A to Z and Z to A, are for single column sorting. The custom sort icon in the middle is for sorting both single column or multiple columns. If you were sorting data by only one column, then it is better to use single column sort command. It is convenient that way. Let me get back to sorting data. Let me select the column and click on A to Z icon. You can see the Sort warning message box. You should select Expand the selection option. This means Excel sorts row according to the position of a value in the column, and all values in a row have to be held together. They can't be mixed up. This is important. Click on Sort. You can see the order amount varies, are in ascending order. The row containing the lowest value, 109.18, is at the top. Let me emphasize again. The entire row containing the lowest value is at the top, and you can see that the entire row is being relocated and values are not mixed up. Let me select the column again and click on Z to A icon. You can see the values in this column are in descending order. The row containing the highest value is at the top. Now, let me show you to sort data and text. You will be surprised that they have much in common with sorting numbers. Numbers have an intrinsic order, and one can say one number is higher than the other. And sorting can rearrange them in either ascending or descending order. Dates and texts have intrinsic order too. The intrinsic order of the dates is based on calendar logic. One can say a given date falls either before or after another date. Intrinsic order of texts is based on the alphabetical order. One can say the text beginning with one alphabet comes either before or after that of another text. Therefore, sort function understands this intrinsic order and sorts value either in ascending or descending order. Let me show you how to sort by date. Let me select the Order Date column and then click the A to Z icon. You can see here it is written oldest to newest. Excel recognizes that we are sorting the date column and hence it is rewording the text. Now I'm going to show you how to sort text. I will select the Product subcategory column and then click on A to Z. Let me accept the Expand the Selection option. Next I will click on Sort. You can observe that the column is sorted alphabetically. Up until now, I've covered sorting by values. Additionally, one can sort on cell color, font color, and icons. Let me show you this. The cells in the profit column are color-coded, whereas the fonts in the quantity column are color-coded. The days to ship column has icon associated with the values contained in the cell. Let me show you how to sort on cell color. I'm going to click on the custom sort icon and select the profit column in the drop-down and then select Sort on cell color. Unlike values, which is an ordered series, colors are not intrinsically ordered. You have to specify the order. In the Order option, you can select color and its position, either on top or on bottom. Let me select the color green and on top and click OK. You will see that the values are ordered according to cell color and the cells shaded with green color are at the top. Let me show you how to sort on font color. I will click on the custom sort icon and select the quantity sold column and select Sort on font color. Go to the order option and specify the color and position. I'm going to select the color red and on top and click OK. You can see that the quantity sold values are now ordered according to the font color and red colored fonts are at the top. I'm going to show you how to sort on the icons. I will click on the custom sort icon and select days to ship column and select sort on conditional formatting icon. Remember, these icons qualify cell values and thus offer additional information. Go to the order option and specify the icon and its order. I'm going to select red icon and order as an on bottom and click OK. You can see the days to ship values are ordered according to the icons, with red icons at the bottom. In this video, I'm going to cover multi-level sorting. Multi-level sorting means sorting columns using 2 or more sort rules. A sort rule to sort column A is stated as sort column A in ascending order. And for column A, you cannot apply 2 sort rules. One rule to sort in ascending order and the other to sort in descending order. There can only be one sorting rule for a column. Let me show you an example. I will click on A2 and then click on Custom Sort. Let me sort by order date in oldest to newest order. Next, I would like to sort the order date column in the newest to oldest order. I will click on Add Level, select Order Date column, and change to newest to oldest order and click OK. You can see that Excel has warned that the order date column is being sorted by values more than once. Therefore, multi-level sorting essentially means sorting by 2 or more different columns. Now, let us understand how multi-level sorting gets executed. Will the columns sort independently of each other? Will one column get sorted in ascending order and the other column sorted in descending order? This cannot happen because you know when you sort a column, the entire row containing the value will be rearranged. Therefore, 2 sort rules cannot be executed independent of one another. One rule should be designated as primary sort rule or level 1 sort rule, and the other rule should be designated as secondary sort rule or level 2 sort rule, and so on. The level 2 rule should be executed without disturbing the level 1 rule. The level 3 rule should be executed without disturbing the level 2 rule as well as the level 1 rule. Let me show you how to perform multi-level sorting. I will click on cell A2 in the dataset and then click on the custom sort icon. I'm going to select the order date column and sort it from oldest to newest. Next, I will add level and then sort by customer name column in A to Z order and then click OK. You can see that the values in the order date column are rearranged in ascending order. And wherever there are duplicate values in the order date column, the corresponding values in the customer name column are rearranged in ascending order. If there are no duplicate values in the level 1 column, then the level 2 column does not need rearrangement. Now, let me change the customer name column sort order from A to Z to Z to A. You can see that the values in the order date column are rearranged in ascending order. And wherever there are duplicate values in the order date column, the corresponding values in customer name column are sorted in descending order. In this video, let me show you horizontal sorting or row sorting. For this, consider the month-wise sales data for each of the customers. You have to take a slightly different approach to sort data by row. First, you have to select data in range B1 to G13. You should not select the row header. Next, you have to click on the custom sort icon. You can see the text column here. It means that the sorting is column-wise. We need to change it. Click on Options. Here, you change orientation from sort top to bottom to sort left to right, and click OK. You can see that the text has changed to row. It means that sorting will be row-wise or horizontal sorting. Next, go to the Sort By. Click on the drop-down and select the row to sort. I'm going to sort data for January. Hence, I will select row 2. Lastly, in the sorting order option, select smallest to largest and click OK. You can see the values in this row are in ascending order. The column containing the lowest value, 52, is on the extreme left. Like vertical sorting, you can also apply horizontal sorting to dates, texts, cell color, font color, and icon. Since they are similar, we are not covering horizontal sorting for these items in the video. Let me now show you how to perform multi-level horizontal sorting. We will use the same data. First, you have to select data in range B1 to G13. You should not select the row header. Next, you have to click on the sort icon. Click on delete level to delete the earlier sorting conditions. You can see row text here. It means that the sort left to right option is already selected. If you see column text here, then you will have to change the orientation. I'm going to sort the data from February and March, both on ascending order. The primary sort row is February and the secondary sort row is March. Therefore, the first level should be February, which is row number 3. Select row 3 in the sort by drop-down list. By default, smallest to largest is the sort order. Next, click on Add Level. In the Then by drop-down list, select row 4. You can see that the values in the February row is rearranged in ascending order. And wherever there are duplicate values in the February row, the corresponding values in the March row are rearranged in ascending order. If there are no duplicate values in the level 1 row, then the level 2 row does not need rearrangement. Now, I'm going to sort February row in ascending order and the March row in descending order. Select data in range B1 to G13. You should not select the row header. Next, you have to click on the custom sort icon. Change the order for row 4 from smallest to largest to smallest and select OK. You can see that the values in the level 1 row, that is February row, are rearranged in ascending order. And wherever there are duplicate values in the February row, the corresponding values in the March row are sorted in descending order. If there are no duplicate values in the level 1 sort row, then level 2 sort row is not disturbed. In this video, I'm going to introduce filtering. Filtering is selective viewing. This means the values will be in storage. However, they will not be deleted or removed. The rows are either displayed or not displayed based on whether you select or deselect in the filter. You can find the filter icon next to the sort icon. All that one needs to do is to select any cell in the dataset and then click on filter icon. Let me show you. I'm going to select D3 cell range and click on filter icon. You can see the drop-down button on the top of each column, and all values are displayed as I have not filtered any value yet. Now, let me show you how to deselect the values from display. Click on the drop-down button of customer name column. You will see sort options towards the top and the text filter towards the bottom. You can see a list of unique values. The filtering list will have unique values even if there are duplicate values in the table. I'm going to deselect Amaranth Fund and click OK. You can see that the entire row containing Amaranth Fund is not displayed, and rows 6 and 10 are hidden. You can identify whether a column is filtered or not by seeing if the funnel icon is present or not. Now, let me deselect clips in the product category column. You can see that one more row containing clips is not displayed. Each selection is a filtering rule. Unlike sorting, filtering can't be applied to rows. In this case, Blue Water Associates is one filter condition and Lotus Trust is another condition. Unlike sorting, there can be more than one filter condition for each column. Now I'm going to explain number filtering. Some users distinguish between the terms filtering condition and filtering rule. In this video, I am using the term filtering condition only. You can find the number filters option when you click the filter button on columns with numbers. The filter number option is a contextual menu. Its display depends on the type of values in the column. If the column has numbers, then the number filter option shows up. If the column has text values, then the text filter option will be displayed. If the column has date values, then the date filter option is displayed. Let me clear the filters. If you click on the arrow next to the number filter, you will find various rules. Let me show you how to apply does not equal filter. A dialog box pops up with the options to enter two filters. You can enter an argument for each filter. Two filters could be joined and/or operators. Let me click Cancel. To begin with, let me illustrate the use of a single filter on quantity sold. I will click on the down arrow and then click on Number Filters and then select Does Not Equal. Then I will enter 172 in the argument field here and click OK. You can see only 172 is not displayed and all other values are displayed. Now, let me remove the filter from the column. I will click on the funnel icon and select Clear Filter. Next, I will click the down arrow, select Number Filters, and select Greater Than. Then I will enter 175 in the argument field here and then click OK. You can see values above 175 are displayed and all other values are not displayed. I'm going to clear the filter. Next, I will click the down arrow, select Number Filters, and select Less Than. Then I will enter 115 in the argument field here and then click OK. You can see the values below 115 are displayed and all other values are not displayed. Next, I'm going to clear the filter. There are rules like top 10, bottom 10, above average, below average. These rules have no definite value in the argument as they are in the number filter menu. Next, I will click the down arrow, select Number Filters, and select Top 10. You can see a dialog box. You can select the number of items to be displayed. I'm going to enter 3 and select Items from the drop-down and click OK. You can see that the top 3 values are displayed. Similarly, you can display bottom 5 values. I will click on the funnel icon and then click on Number Filter and then select Top 10. I'm going to select Bottom and enter 5 in the dialog box and then click OK. You can see that the bottom 5 values are displayed. If you select Above Range, values above the arithmetic average will be displayed. Let me show you. Go to the Number Filter menu and select Above Range. You can see all values above the average are displayed. Go to Number Filter menu and select Below Average. You can see all values below the arithmetic average are displayed. There are two special cases in number filtering. One is between filter and the other is custom filtering. They are related to one another. Let me explain between filter first and then go to custom filter. Between filter filters the values that fall in between two specified numbers. For example, you can filter values between 155 and 160. Let me take you to Between Filter dialog box and explain. Go to Number Filter and select Between Filter. You will see the pre-filled dialog box with two filters. The filter at the top is greater than or equal to filter, and the one at the bottom is less than or equal to filter. You can see the radio button just below the filters. One for and one for the other, or. These are logical operators that join the two filters. In this case, the logical operator AND is checked. Between filter is a combination of two filters, greater than or equal to and less than or equal to, which are joined by the AND operator. What does this AND mean? It means a value should fulfill conditions imposed by both filters. Then only it will be displayed. Let us try this with an example. Let me enter 155 as the argument for greater than filter and 160 for less than filter and click OK. You find the values 157 and 158 meet both criteria. So these values will be displayed. In reality, between filter is a custom filter. Custom filters are made out of multiple filters joined by either AND or OR. In addition, custom filters allow the use of wildcards, such as pound or question mark. We will explain about wildcards in detail under the text filters. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use inbuilt rules for filtering text. Unlike numbers and dates, text values are not intrinsically ordered. Therefore, rules like more than or less than don't apply. Here, rules will be based on begins with, ends with, contains, and does not contain. I'm going to cover the use of wildcards and performing partial matches towards the end. Let me use this ordered data set of a firm. I'm going to select cell C1 and click Filter icon. You can see now Filter drop-down appears in each column. I'm going to apply filters on the product description column. I'm going to apply Begins With rule. I will click on Filter drop-down icon, click on Text Filters, and then select Begins With. I will enter paper here in the argument and click OK. You can see all rows that have text beginning with paper are displayed. I'm going to clear the filter so that I can use the complete data set for the next illustration. I'm going to apply Ends With rule. I will click on Filter drop-down icon, click on Text Filters, and then select Ends With. I will enter Premium here in the argument and click OK. You can see all rows that have texts ending with Premium are displayed. I'm going to clear the filter. Next, I'm going to apply Contains rule. I will click on Filter drop-down icon, click on Text Filters, and then select Contains. I will enter LaserJet here in the argument and click OK. You can see all rows with texts containing LaserJet are displayed. I'm going to clear the filter. Let me continue with Does Not Contain rule. I will click on Filter drop-down icon, click on Text Filters, and then select Does Not Contain. I will enter paper here in the argument and click OK. You can see all rows that do not have the text paper are displayed. I'm going to clear the filter. Now, I'm going to show you how to use wildcards to perform partial matches. Wildcard character is a universal character. This means it can assume any character. There are two wildcard characters, question mark and star. Question mark assumes only one character, whereas star can assume any number of characters. Wildcard characters help achieve partial matches in all of the rules that we covered so far. Let me show you how to use this with one or two examples. Next, I'm going to apply the custom filter to filter product subcategory. I will click on the filter drop-down icon, click on Text Filters, and then select Custom Filter. In the drop-down, I will select equals, and then I will enter P followed by two question marks and then S. P question mark S. Here in the argument and click OK. You can see that the filter displays all cells starting with P and ending with S, which have exactly two letters in between, like pots or pens. Let me clear the filter. Next, I'm going to apply the custom filter with equal rule along with star wildcard. I will click on the filter drop-down icon, click on Text Filters, and then select Custom Filter. In the drop-down, I will select equals, and then I will enter P followed by star and then S here in the argument and click OK. You can see that the filter displays all cells starting with P and ending with S. The number of letters in between P and S can be any number, so papers as well as pots and pens are selected. In this video, I'm going to cover inbuilt rules for date filtering. Unlike numbers, we filter dates as next date, this date, last date, after some date, before some date, or between two dates. Accordingly, the date filtering rules are constructed. Consider this partial production data of an oil and gas firm. Let me create a filter on the date. I'm going to cover three sets of date rules. The first set of date filters are based on absolute date values. The rules under this set are equals, before, after, and between. They behave much like numbers and display values wherever the condition holds true. To begin with, let me illustrate the use of a single filter. Click the down arrow, click on Date Filters, and select Equals. Then enter 10/27/2020 in the argument field and click OK. You can see that the rows containing only 10/27/2020 are displayed and all other dates are not displayed. Now, I'm going to clear the filter. The second set contains relative date rules. These rules do not specify a precise date. Instead, we use logic like next year, this year, last year, next quarter, this quarter, last quarter. One can extend this logic to month, week, or even tomorrow, today, yesterday, and year to date. Filtering is about display, and relative rules have a special advantage in dynamic display. If you filter values based on last year, then the filter will display last year's actual production. A relative rule automatically adds data to the custom filter. Let me show you the custom filter. You can see that the date values are updated automatically in the custom filter. You can also filter values for the next year. These values will be estimates. The third set of date filters are based on periods set to months or quarters. Let me illustrate all dates in the period filter. Click the down arrow, click on Date Filters, click on All Dates in the Period, and select Quarter 1. You can see that the rows containing data for Quarter 1 are displayed and all other dates are not displayed. This filter only focuses on the period and ignores the year, so you can see data for years 2019, 2020, and 2021.